Hello there you guys, just currently doing my review on the Southampton game last night. Currently ended in a goalless draw. This is now our third consecutive game without a win. Obviously this is like a testimonial and friendly for Mourinho. Obviously focused on the Europa League, that's his biggest asset. Obviously he would have rotated the squad differently because obviously he's resting key players for the final, but obviously this result is no surprise because over the course of the season, with the lack of consistency and effort from the players and with all the home draws and the big games away from home, the defence looking so lethargic. But we do have them injuries, especially at at left back. We don't have many viable alternatives, as I mentioned before. But over the course of the season, best players for me: Bailey, best defender. We have got Mata, best defender. Mata hit form early on in the season. Luke Shaw, good when he gets them running games. And Pogba totally leads that midfield and is creative. And we just seem lacklustre without him. And as proven last night. But obviously, of course, he lost his father as well. I think he could be returning for the final, possibly. And also, Fosu also could be returning. And also, Ibrahimovic led the line up front. Our top goal scorer. Before getting injured, he led the line. And also Rashford got genuine pace and endless potential, but without some of these key players we struggle. But going into the game, Mourinho had selected a 4-2-3-1 formation. He currently made 4 changes from the Spurs defeat. The performance again not up to scratch. Most players out there just show no heart and passion. Yeah, I thought some players put a good shift in, but you can tell the Europa League's on the players' minds and the managers. Just same as Spurs and Arsenal, Southampton started off brightly, controlling the midfield, stringing 5 or 6 passes together, had us on the back foot, but Southampton were awarded a penalty just after the 6-minute mark, after Bailey handballed it in the box under no pressure. And of course, Gabardini took the pen and he missed it. It was far from a strong pen, and Rivero saved it comfortably. But the majority of the game, it was a dull game of football, to be quite honest, but what an inspiring performance from Rivero. What an inspiring performance. Better than any player on. He got of course, he was man of the match. But it was all about Sergio Romero last night. He pulled some world-class saves off, and Mourinho has faith in him and insists he will be starting the final. And this is a Southampton team who are 20 points below us in the league, and we are just expecting to turn the screw and go back to that 2-0 Chelsea result against Ajax in the final. But over the last 5-6 weeks, the style of football has been poor and has not been clinical enough in the final third. But I'm just worried that these performances are going to continue, and he's getting quite demoralising. Yes, last night we didn't have the likes of Rashford, Herrera or Pogba starting, but still a fairly decent side. Thought Martial was poor last night. Most of his efforts were wasteful, and his touch is quite poor. Thought his best opportunity came in the 70th minute when Martial showed piece of skill and brilliance and hit the woodwork. But I think Rooney, to be fair, started off quite brightly, showed impressive work rate, making more high intensity sprints for 35 minutes. Then he went off the boil, obviously, Fellaini, Chazaboy. We had no midfield. Chazaboy good at receiving the ball, but not his job to create in the midfield. Then we had Bailey at that right back row, who's not a right back, but was impressive. Mkhitaryan at certain points looked strong and had a few decent chances. Thought Jones at the back was particularly impressive, making some vital interventions to help keep Southampton at bay. And he was impressive, and also Mata was impressive a few times there. We're delivering a few dangerous crosses into the box and a couple of chances created, but Mata's most notable contribution was to blaze an opportunity to send the blade over the bar and could have suffered an injury. Mata went down the tunnel after substituted for Rashford. Also, Fellaini, I think, has now suffered a hamstring injury. I've heard the latest because he also went down the tunnel as well. And with Bailey right near the end as well, he limped off but came back into the action for the remainder of the game. Anyway, disappointing result. We got Palace next at home, the last home game of the season, and then the final after that. With all these recent performances, the momentum and confidence going into the final is going to be low, and I'm not confident myself. Anyway, take it easy. I'll see you on my next video. So...